Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sarah balks at Xander's offer, and Theresa makes strides with Alex, or does she? Sarah comes home to a note on a Sweet Bits box. It reads, "Open me." She finds 3 rose cupcakes. Xander comes out with a pink rose bouquet and wordlessly hands her a card. It reads, "Wouldn't you play with me?" Sarah knows of a couple of games they could play and starts to clasp his shirt. He reminds her Victoria is about to wake up for her autumn bottle. So, he suggests they play cards. On the reverse of the Queen of Hearts card is another note. At the cantina, Kayla harangues to Steve about her busy day because of staff dearths. When she tries to catch up on him, he's short and to the point, which she doesn't love. Still, when she brings up Constantine, he muses that Maggie will be just fine. Kayla questions that, but Jada enters before he can unfold. When John comes home, Marlena worries Maggie has put herself in peril with Constantine by redistributing Victor's wealth. John muses there will be enough plutocrat left over to assuage him. Still, he calls Maggie to make sure there's nothing differently they need to know. Further, Wally Kurth's sweet concession, Alex and Theresa tromp through the square arm in arm. Theresa tenses as they run into Maggie and Constantine. The ultimate suggests the happy couple get engaged and they make it a double marriage. Maggie apologizes for him and also wonders why Alex isn't at work, getting ready for an important meeting. He assures her his VP has it covered. Maggie leaves for the office, so at least one of them is there. At the cantina, Jada enthuses about moving in with Rafe and decoupling Bobby. Still, she's upset Everett will break Stephanie's heart like he did hers. They assure her Steve will handle it if he gets out of line. Steve will also step in if Jada has a problem with him, pointing out her pater was a dear friend. Jada calls them family and wishes they could spend further time together. She's just pulled in too numerous directions. Steve asks how the hunt for Clyde is going. Further, Camille Abanis calls out former associates at home. Sarah reads the flower card's note that tells her to check out the art. Xander informs her she's on a scavenger quest for treasure. He hints the art's not on the walls, however, and instructs her to look inside a ornamental jar. He goes to get Victoria, as Sarah finds a ring box. Xander returns with their son who wears a bib that reads, "Will you marry Daddy?" Sarah tears up. In the square, Alex pointedly tells Constantine he's moving into the manse. It leads to a snarky reverse and forth about Constantine's living arrangements. Theresa reminds them it's Maggie's decision, since it's her house. Alex clarifies it's theirs inversely, as is Victor's fortune. Constantine and Theresa partake a look. When Alex goes to buy Theresa a surprise, she yells at Constantine for pushing her and Alex's engagement. She assures him she's gotten herself back into his bed. Now, she just needs to get into the manse. Further, Chicago Fire welcomes new sprat Maggie comes to John and Marlena's, who want to bandy coming way with Constantine. She suggests they make it look like Constantine has been embezzling from Titan. With Alex more concentrated on spending his heritage than running the company, it'd be easy to transfer finances to an account Maggie opened on Constantine's behalf. Maggie leaves to plant the seed. At the cantina, Jada tells Steve about Clyde's black book, but they can't crack the law. Steve offers to take it to the ISA. She tells him Harris has that covered with his non-military musketeers, but she'll talk to Rafe. She states the book could lead to a lot of check, including Lee's murder. Steve asks her to keep him in the circle. Further, Day's big problem they can't fix after putting Victoria down. Xander gets on one knee in front of Sarah. She's made his life more in so numerous ways. The only thing that could ameliorate what they've is knowing he gets to spend the rest of his life with her. He opens the box to a glowing diamond. "Will you marry me?" Sarah says she can't accept it. A confused Xander stammers. Not him, she clarifies, the ring. It's too important. Xander assures her he formerly put Maggie's plutocrat in a trust for Victoria, with Sarah as the trustee. After that, he wanted to get her the stylish ring plutocrat could buy. But she formerly has the stylish eye view. Alex returns to Theresa in the square, egging Constantine to depart. Alex calls him unendurable and also gives Theresa a jewelry box. She opens it to a diamond cuff. Overwhelmed, she wishes there was commodity she could do for him. Alex has many ideas and pulls her in for a kiss, which continues at their apartment until they end up in bed. Further, Serena Scott Thomas Riddle part after coitus, Theresa tells Alex she's crazy about him. She prompts him to repay, but he's more into conduct than words. Didn't what they just did tell her anything? She reservedly smiles and goes to take a shower. Alex calls Kristen. I miss you too, he says. Hopefully hereafter. I see Aunt stay. At the apartment, Sarah gashes over and asks for a redo. Xander gets back on one knee and says he wants to be the man she and Victoria earn. She's everything to him. He presents the ring again and asks her to marry him. She'll surely marry him. She'd see and stay to be his woman. He puts the blockish structured diamond on her cutlet, and they sweetly kiss. Further, this is who could be playing a returning Gabby after Jada leaves the cantina. Kayla asks Steve to tell her what's going on with Constantine. He promises to tell her everything when the time is right. In the square, Constantine mutters to himself about the impertinent swine, Alex, as Maggie returns. She asks him to be in charge of a charitable trust, distributing finances to causes that meant the most to Victor. Constantine lights up. It would be his honor. Sarah's surprise, Maggie call Alex out, John and Marlena's fear, new substantiation revealed Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, May 16th indicate that Xander Cook, Paul Telfer, sets up a scavenger quest for Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey. Theresa Donovan, Emily O'Brien, tries to keep the peace between Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, and Maggie Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers. John Black, Drake Hodgson, and Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, worry about Constantine Meliunis, John Capello's response. Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, and Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evan, get news about Clyde Weston, James Reed. Xander Cook's scavenger hunt for Sarah Horton. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest that Xander will set up a scavenger quest for Sarah with the help of their son. Xander has a veritably important question he wants to ask, but he wants to make it a family affair. Xander's quest will ultimately end with Sarah chancing him and their son, and a big surprise. Of course, Xander and Sarah's lives will soon change for the better when the verity comes out about his heritage. This will make Xander indeed more determined to get relief of Constantine when Xander learns of his part in this. Will Xander make Theresa and Constantine pay for keeping the verity from him? DOOL spoilers. Maggie Kyriakis, call out Alex Kyriakis. Alex is supposed to be the CEO of Titan Diligence. Still, Alex seems to do everything but work. Alex believes he can run Titan without anyone's help, but the company is starting to fail. Indeed, EJ Demera, Dan Feuereagle, is about to make a move to take over. Alex needs to step up or get out. Theresa will try to keep the peace when Maggie tells Alex that he's loosening on the job. Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston, would no way stand for this. Alex would have formerly been replaced. Can Theresa keep the peace between Alex and Maggie? How much longer will Alex have this job before the verity comes out? DOOL, Lindsay Godfrey 4. JPG. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Jada Hunter reveals new substantiation. John and Marlena have outwitted Constantine and wisecracked him into believing that he burned the prenup. Still, Maggie is now in on the plan and has joined the fight to take Constantine down. Unfortunately, John and Marlena worry about how Constantine will reply, especially if he learns the verity before they're ready. Jada Hunter, Ella Cantu, has learned that Clyde likely killed Lee Shin, Remington Hoffman. Steve and Kayla are setting a trap for Clyde themselves now that Wendy Shin, Victoria Grace, and Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, are safely out of the country. Will Clyde eventually pay for his crimes, or will he escape formally again?